Sebastian Vettel, Ferrari star sends Lewis Hamilton perfection warning. The 31-year-old made the claim after completing day one of preseason testing at the Barcelona-Catalunya circuit. Not only notched up a mammoth 169 laps for Ferrari, he was also pleased to have set the quickest time of the day. He set a time of 1:18.161, which was around 0.4 of a second quicker than anyone else on the track. What they put on track today is very close to perfection for the first day of driving, Vettel said. The amount of laps we did, how the team was handling the car. Obviously everything was more on the edge compared to last year's car. No major dramas, so from that point of view, it was very good. It is hoped their new car for 2019, the SF90, will help Ferrari's new boss Sebastian bring a championship back to Italy for the prancing horse, after he replaced Maurizio Arrivabene as team principal. Vettel, who is a four-time world champion, his last coming in 2013, insists the team couldn't have hoped for a better day. "I think it was unbelievable," he said. "The car was working really well, we had no issues slowing us down, we did the program just the way we wanted and we were able to squeeze a little bit more out even. The car is working." "I certainly got enough laps today, I'm going to sleep well tonight. The guys are very happy. It's very early, it's the first day, and it's meaningless in a couple of weeks, but for now, huge compliments to everyone in the factory, how they have tackled the new regulations." Vettel will be replaced on Tuesday with his new Ferrari teammate Charles Leclerc before returning to testing on Wednesday. The German will hope to challenge and his Mercedes team this season, and the British driver expects Ferrari to have a much improved car for 2019. "We have to expect that they, Ferrari, are going to take a leap, and I have to expect that Sebastian is going to be stronger this year," Hamilton said. "So that means I've got to be better. We've had a couple of really great battles, and particularly last year was one of my favorite years fighting with him. I'm hoping that we get to have more of those this year, and I hope that also the Red Bulls can perhaps be in that mix because that makes it more fun for the fans." Next news, F1 news. Who is Carlos Sainz Jr.? Meet McLaren's new rising star. Is just weeks away from making his debut for McLaren as the F1 season fast approaches. The Spanish star has shown plenty of promise during the early stages of his career. The 24-year-old has 81 races under his belt with 171 driver points to show for it. He caught the eye in his F1 debut after finishing 9th in the 2015 Australian Grand Prix. Former world champion Fernando Alonso retired from the sport last year, prompting McLaren to move for Sainz Jr. He is yet to place on a podium during his 4 seasons at the top level, but will be hoping to make an impact in 2019. Plenty of fans will have seen him in action. But how well do you know McLaren's new kid on the block? Express Sport has rounded up everything you need to know about Carlos Sainz Jr. Who is Carlos Sainz Jr.? The driver was born in Madrid and won the Asia Pacific KF3 title in 2008 when he was just 14. He worked his way through the ranks from Formula BMW to Formula 3 to GP3 and beyond. Won the Formula Renault 3.5 Series in 2014 and earned a place on the Scuderia Toro Rosso F1 team. He finished 15th in his debut year, 12th in his second year and a career-high 9th in his third season, during which he moved to Renault. His only full season with Renault, 2018, ended in 10th place and caught the attention of McLaren. Carlos Sainz Jr. race record best results: Singapore, 2017, 4th Azerbaijan, 2018, 5th Spain, 2016, 5th Abu Dhabi, 2018, 6th USA, 2016, 6th Brazil, 2016, 6th Monaco, 2017, 6th. Next news: F1 testing live. Sebastian Vettel spins, Williams major blow, Lewis Hamilton imminent. Ferrari driver Sebastian Vettel was the fastest out of the blocks on Monday, the four-time world champion posting a time 1.7 seconds quicker than the best lap set on the opening day of testing last year. Vettel suffered an early spin but went on to complete 72 laps, the equivalent of more than a race distance, by the lunch break. Racing Point's Sergio Perez was second on the timesheets ahead of Mercedes driver Valtteri Bottas. Five-time world champion Lewis Hamilton will take over testing duties from teammate Bottas on Monday afternoon. But it was bad news for Williams, who have suffered another major setback after it was confirmed they will now miss the second day of winter testing. Read more. Watch the moment out in testing with their car not ready for activity. The British team were the only outfit absent from the first meaningful action of pre-season at Barcelona's Circuit de Catalunya on Monday. And deputy team principal, Claire Williams, has revealed that Williams, which finished rooted to the foot of the Constructors' Championship last year, will not be on track until at least day 3 of this week's 4-day first test. It is looking more likely than not that we will now not be in a position to run on track until Wednesday at the earliest, said Williams. This is obviously extremely disappointing, but it is unfortunately the situation we are in. British rookie George Russell, who celebrated his 21st birthday last week, and the returning Robert Kubica were already playing catch-up for a team bidding to bounce back from last season's miserable campaign. Following this week's test, there will be just 4 further days of running before the new season starts in Melbourne on March 17th. Read more. The latest as it happens. Latest F1 news: Nico Rosberg has tipped former Mercedes teammate Lewis Hamilton to scoop a 6th Formula One world title this year, although he believes some subtle regulation changes could lead to a few surprises. Hamilton won 8 of the final 11 races as he collected his 5th world crown last year, equaling Juan Manuel Fangio's haul and moving to within 2 of Michael Schumacher's record. Rosberg, the last driver to get the better of Hamilton in 2016 before promptly retiring, expects the likes of Sebastian Vettel and new Ferrari teammate Charles Leclerc and Red Bull's Max Verstappen to be strong contenders. But speaking ahead of the Laureus World Sports Awards, the German suspects his old rival, who begins pre-season testing at Barcelona on Monday, will reign supreme once more. Lewis is the absolute favorite again because he's driving incredibly lately and his team does an incredible job, Rosberg said. He's one of the most successful F1 drivers of all time, one of the most successful sportsmen of all time. I think the odds are in his favor. Then Sebastian is the obvious challenger. But I would also, if I was a betting man, say Leclerc or Verstappen because I think both of them can be a big surprise this year. Next news: Lewis Hamilton makes F1 prediction about Sebastian Vettel ahead of new Formula One season. Beat F1 rival Vettel to the Drivers' Championship in 2018 and, ahead of the new season, will be the man to beat once again. The 34-year-old has won the crown on 5 occasions and is widely expected to cruise to victory again. The new season kicks off on March 17th in Melbourne, Australia and will run until December 1st, when the campaign will end in Abu Dhabi. And Hamilton expects Vettel to come out fighting after beating the German to the title a year ago. We have to expect that they, Ferrari, are going to take a leap, and I have to expect that Sebastian is going to be stronger this year, Hamilton said. So that means I've got to be better. We've had a couple of really great battles, and particularly last year was one of my favorite years fighting with him. I'm hoping that we get to have more of those this year, and I hope that also the Red Bulls can perhaps be in that mix, because that makes it more fun for the fans. Also, from a driver's point of view, it's great when you have more people involved. Meanwhile, Vettel has been branded broken by F1 pundit Tom Coronel ahead of his upcoming battle Hamilton. This is now a period in which the new generation will rise, Coronel told Formula One. Vettel lost the World Championship again last year and is simply broken. I'm sure he will not be able to overcome this, and I hope Ferrari will give both drivers the freedom to race. What Charles Leclerc showed last season was just pure class, and he scored points with a bite regularly. Sauber of course drove a Ferrari engine, and Leclerc has been able to take advantage of that. Hamilton can move ahead of Juan Manuel Fangio on 6 titles if he triumphs again in 2019. Michael Schumacher still leads the way on 7, however. Thank you for watching the video. Be sure to share and subscribe to your channel to get the latest sports news around the world. Wished health and success. Goodbye.